had the ridiculous paddles, which now social media is roasting.
That you said false on one side. And
ridiculous.
You guys know Scott Jennings over on CNN. He is the man who's making sense over there, and they don't know what to do with him because he's making sense. And I don't think you can just fire someone for making sense. I guess you could, but it would be a little too obvious. Here's Scott Jennings.
This was a horrific night for the opposition party, regardless of how well she just spoke. It started out with Al Green getting thrown off the House floor because he couldn't keep his emotions under control. Then they had the ridiculous paddles, which now social media is roasting.
that you said false on one side. And
ridiculous.
Elon on
and
the
then
other.
finally, and maybe most terribly, the Democrats who couldn't find it in their heart to stand for objectively good things, including the 95-year-old mother of Mark Fogel and Mark, who got rescued from a Russian prison, and they couldn't even stand up for that. I thought Democrats came into this speech lost and defeated by Donald Trump, and today it looks to me like they're even more lost and even more defeated than when this speech started.
Yeah, that's right. They are lost. They are defeated. They've got a thin bench. All you'd have to do if you want like some moderate who maybe you lost, if we just go to the beginning of the show, Stephen A. Smith was talking about all of these communities that broke more Republican, right? So if you want to get some of those people who maybe aren't the most Trumpian Trumpsters in Trump town, what would you do? You try to show some level of humanity in there. So when the 95-year-old mother who just got her son back from the Russian prison is mentioned, she was born in Butler, Pennsylvania, where Trump got shot, it's like a kind of beautiful moment. You might want to applaud that. You might want to applaud the 13-year-old kid who had 13 brain surgeries. You might want to do that, but they could not do that. I actually think Trump missed an opportunity. He was quite good, and the way he was pointing out, you people will never applaud anything I do. I mean, he basically said at the top, if I cured cancer, you wouldn't applaud. He should have stopped at one point and been like, boy, this is something. You guys don't applaud me for anything. He's like, why don't we play a game right now? Can you applaud that America is the greatest country in the world? And what would they have done? Their heads would have exploded. Ilhan's bomb would have gone off. That would have